Live on Twitter. Live on TikTok. Let's go live on YouTube mobile real quick. Today we're talking college football. What up, guys? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Let's get it, man. Men and women, let's get it, guys. Happy Friday. Hope you guys are having a good one so far. How was your Thursday, guys? How was your Thursday? We're about to get started, guys. We're going to give it another minute. If you guys want to join on YouTube, that's where I'm sharing my screen. You guys can see my screen share on YouTube. How was your Thursday, guys? What up, Jack? How you doing, bro? What up, Jerome? My guys, man, I appreciate you guys. You guys got the bell on, man. You got the bell notification on. I appreciate that. Yeah, man, we're on these live streams as much as possible. Don't have a set schedule, but around this hour, I'm always going to be on, or going to try to be on at least. How was your Thursday, guys? Let me let the chat know that we're online, and we'll get started. We're about to get started, guys. What up? Gavin, you want some pics for? I'm good, brother. Jerome, today is Friday. I almost had to check the calendar. Absolutely. It is Friday, right? What did I say? I said, how was your Thursday? My bad if I said something else. I meant, how was your Thursday, guys? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. But if I mess up on the days, bro, it's because every day is kind of very similar to me. Of course, on Saturdays and Sundays, we get, football, early action. So those days feel different to me, but the weekdays could all feel the same. Let's cook up a winner or two on tonight's college football. Hit the bell icon on the way in. All right. Excuse me. All right, guys, we are live on YouTube, live on Twitter, live on YouTube mobile. If you guys want to switch to my YouTube stream, you can see my screen share going on there. We're about to cook it up right now, man. We got 2 college football games to discuss today. All right, this guy's been annoying. There we go. There's college football. Yes, there's one game that's pretty good, actually. We have a ranked game today on a Friday night. Clemson versus Louisville. Took that Jets spread yesterday in the total under for Drake sold to the rushing yards. Yeah, I'm not sure if I had anything on Drake. But I did. I hope I helped you guys with... what was I on? Honestly, whatever side you were on yesterday, it worked out, right? Because you could have got 13.5 with the Jets. You should have got 12.5 with the Patriots. That was the closing line. I came on here. I told you guys I like the Patriots a little bit more than anything. But really, the under. I don't know if you guys noticed. The under was my top one there. Again, man, as the weather gets a little cooler, as it gets a little colder here, you're going to see more unders, and especially when you have teams that run the ball, keep the clock running, and they move slow. That's a really good recipe. Yeah, I was kind of kicking myself that on Monday night. I know we're still talking about Monday night. Packers versus Eagles. That under was so clear and obvious to me, but I didn't take it. It wasn't my top play. It was I teased it, but it wasn't my top play. But this week I got 2 of the unders back. We had a big game in the MAC on Tuesday. I sent the under on that. And then Thursday Night Football, we got another under. I like Clemson game under 51.5 and Minnesota plus 25. Yeah, we could talk about it. Clemson, yeah, we're about to talk about that game. Let's get it, guys. Louisville or Clemson? I need answers. Okay, my man came in here demanding. Hit the follow button, guys. If it's your first time here, hit the follow button. If you guys want to join the Discord, link is in bio. Let's start real quick with Minnesota versus Oregon. Let's start with the uglier one real quick, and then we'll go to Clemson versus Louisville. What's up, Dabby? How you doing, brother? Haven't seen you in a while. Let's talk about Oregon versus Minnesota. Remember, guys, as I'm gonna give you this breakdown, as I'm gonna talk for about 2 minutes or so. I'm gonna need you guys to give me whatever information you got on this game, anything I missed or something, or if there's a strong point that I didn't make, let it be known, brother. Don't come afterwards. Let it be known right now. We're cooking it up. Give me red for Minnesota, blue for Oregon. How are you guys playing this one? Red for Minnesota, blue for Oregon. We're talking about the side. This line is set at 25.5. Oregon is favored by 25.5. Both of these games tonight are ranked games. You got we're talking about number 7 Oregon at home in Eugene against Minnesota. This thing is set at 25.5. Hit the follow button, guys, if it's your first time here. If you guys want to join the Discord, link is in bio. We had ourselves overall, it was a 2-2 day. Unfortunately, break even kind of a day. I lost a little bit of change, but it was a good sign to see NFL come through for us. We got that under, and then I also had a hockey play that came through too. Shout out the Blue Jackets. Let's talk about the side between Minnesota and Oregon real quick. This line opened up 21.5. It has moved to 25.5. Usually I do say 4 points is overreaction, is steam. But when you're talking about a big number like this from 21 to 25, it's not really super relevant. You have Oregon coming off of that game in Iowa. They went to Iowa. Don't take too much away from that game. That was a ugly, rainy... they were playing in a tornado or something down up in Iowa. They scored only 18 points on offense, so that's what I mean. Don't take too much away from it. The defense played really well. The offense didn't because of how ugly the weather was there. That was a good under for us. We did hit the under in that game last week between Oregon and Iowa. Oregon, they are, again, favored here by 25.5. You have to look ahead at who's next. They have a huge game on deck against USC. They have a huge game on deck against USC, number 17 USC next week. So how excited are they really about coming in here and playing Minnesota? You're favored by nearly 4 touchdowns to win this game. And again, you have a huge game on deck with USC. A couple ATS trends that I found here. You have head coach Dan Lanning. Dan Lanning is really good in these spots. When he's favored by 2 touchdowns or more, he is 17-8 against the number 17-8, 68%. Okay, when he's coming off of a win of 3 or less, right? They're coming off of a 2-point win against Iowa. When they're coming off of a win of 3 points or less, he is a perfect 4-0 against the number in the Dan Lanning era there in Oregon. Let's talk about this matchup real quick, guys. And this is pretty lopsided in terms of offense. Minnesota doesn't have one. Oregon has a really good one. I don't think I have to really spend too much time there. You have Dante Moore going for Oregon, the sophomore quarterback. He's playing very well. Drake Lindsey still trying to figure things out this late in the season. And then, again, we don't have to spend too much time on the offense. The defense also doesn't give a whole lot of level of confidence there for Minnesota. Their defense has historically been a better defense, but it's really been at home. In their home splits. On the road, this defense does not travel well at all. This offense is literally dead last in college football. 136 for the offense, 111 for the defense on the road. This is a team in Oregon that wants to run the ball. They do establish the run. They do a very good job at it. They're averaging 7.0 yards per carry on the ground, and that plays exactly into the weakness of the Minnesota defense. Minnesota can't stop the run. So this is a bad matchup. This is bad on paper. This is bad in the road and away splits. This is bad against the weakness of the Minnesota defense. The line is moving in favor of Oregon. I don't see any reason to put your hard-earned money on Minnesota. This looks like a spot for Oregon, especially coming off of an ugly win. I think they could put a statement win together here against Minnesota. Let me see what you guys said real quick. The boy 28. What's the play? So we're talking about the side and the total for both of the games, and I'm feeling Oregon here laying nearly 4 touchdowns here against Minnesota. I just don't see how Minnesota competes in this game. Louisville, we haven't talked about that game. We're about to talk about it, man. It's Friday Night Lights at home for Oregon. Is that something special? What are we talking about specifically? Arizona or UCLA? You're talking college basketball, brother. At the moment, we're talking college football. Maybe later in the show we can talk about some. Oregon has a lot of injuries as well as a look-ahead spot. It is a big look-ahead spot against with USC on deck. I've been tracking these quote-unquote look-ahead spots, though. Look-aheads really haven't been working too well. I have look-ahead spots. Let's see. I got them at 6 and 9. So when I consider a team in a look-ahead, I would consider this team in a look-ahead spot, right? So when I do consider a team in a look-ahead spot, so far this year I got them at 6 and 9, which is against a number. Which that actually does serve as a good sample size, but it's not overwhelming like I thought it would be. I think it's kind of negated a little bit because this is a primetime Friday night game, right? Because it's a primetime game. We also have that angle here with Dan Lanning. Dan Lanning really really reminds me a little bit of like Dan Campbell in the NFL, man. Just a head coach that will just run up the scoreboard on you. Just doesn't have a whole lot of mercy. And you guys can see that by his against the number trend. When he's favored by 14 points or more, he more often than not comes through. 17 and 8 against the number. Clemson or Louisville. We're about to talk about that game. Let's finish up. Let's wrap up with Oregon and Minnesota, guys. Dante Moore over rushing yards. Brother, I don't do too much with props, and especially not on college football, brother. But, yes, the weakness of the Minnesota defense is containing the run. So whether that's the running backs or the wide receivers, go for it, brother. I'm not going to stop you. Oregon in the first half. Do I have... I don't have first half, second half data for college football. The only reason I would cut it down to first half is if you can get this thing down to like 2 touchdowns, 13 and a half, right? Then that could potentially leave you could leave yourself a little bit covered against a backdoor cover for Minnesota in case they do let off the gas pedal. Yep, we're about to talk about the Clemson game, guys. Let's talk about the total real quick, and then we'll switch to Clemson versus Louisville, the game of the night here. Let's talk about Minnesota versus Oregon. Let's talk about the total. Give me red for the over. Give me blue for the under. How are you guys playing the total between Minnesota and Oregon? Red for the over, blue for the under. Guess not. I don't know what that means, brother. I'm scrolling up. I don't see anything for you. Red for the over, blue for the under. This total is set at 44.5 between Minnesota and Oregon. Let's get right into it, man. You have, again, a team with Oregon that obviously if they're ranked this high, they're ranked number 7 in the country. It's definitely for a reason, and it's going to be on both sides of the ball. Their offense is a top 20 offense when you average it out across success rate and OFEI metrics, efficiency metrics. And then their defense is a top 10 defense as well once you average it out. So you have a team that's really great on both sides of the ball. This Minnesota defense is supposed to be good on paper. This defense is supposed to be decent, but again, they do most of their damage at home. However, you do have a team with Oregon that does run the ball. They do kind of move at a slow pace. They are 102 in terms of pace, so that would put them in the top 30 in terms of slowest teams. Minnesota is very slow as well. They go in the top 20 in terms of slow pace. I don't love that Minnesota doesn't run the ball. They're 125th in run frequency. They don't run the ball, but they at least move at a slow pace. What they want to do there with Drake Lindsey is just a whole bunch of checkdowns. You can see it by their 5 yards per drop back. So a lot of dink and dunk, a lot of short passes, and they move at a slow pace. I like that Oregon runs the ball, and they move at a slow pace, and they control the clock. This, for me, would be an under, guys, between Minnesota and Oregon. I know it's low for a college game. 44.5 seems low here, but I think it's not low enough. It would be under for me, Oregon and Minnesota. When you have a big number like this, too, Oregon is favored by 26 points here. The idea is that you kind of want to get in, get out, especially if you have a huge game against USC next week. You kind of want to get in, get out. That's one of the arguments I made about the Patriots yesterday. That's why we were able to go that under. You went mute. I hope I'm back now. Let me know if I'm not back. What up, YouTube? Hit the subscribe button if it's your first time here. If you guys want to watch my screen, I have my screen share going on my other YouTube stream. There's 2 YouTube streams going on. I'm not able to see the comment section anymore. What's my favorite food? That's an interesting question. I like all kinds of food, man. Am I good now? Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate it, man. All right, guys. Last call for Minnesota versus Oregon. Again, just to summarize there, I think the right side to be on is Oregon. I know it's a lot of points. I know it's a potential look ahead spot. I just don't want to be sitting there with Oregon up 21-0, and you're counting on a Minnesota team that isn't good at anything on offense, and then they're down 21-0 in Eugene. That's pretty crazy. All right, let's go to Clemson versus Louisville real quick. Let's start with the side. We're talking about the side. So this number is set at, I think it's 1.5 now. Clemson is a 1.5 point dog at Louisville tonight. Give me red for Clemson. Give me blue for Louisville. How are you guys playing this one? Red for Clemson, blue for Louisville. This is the game of the night. I need everybody to cast your votes. Just tap the emoji. Tap the right emoji. Red for Clemson, blue for Louisville. Hit the follow button, guys. If it's your first time here, hit the follow button. If you guys want to join the Discord, link is in bio. We're out here cooking, man. Every single day we're putting in the work. This is what I do full time. And I'm out here putting in the work every single day, man. If you guys want to be a part of the squad, link is in bio. Link is in bio if you guys want to join the squad. Let's talk about the side real quick, because this one is really interesting here. You have a Louisville team that opened up at favored by 3.5 at home. They were favored by 3.5 at home. This thing is down to 1.5, like I mentioned. And right off the rip, you should be able to see here that you have a ranked team. Anytime you have a ranked team over an unranked team, you have to look at who's favored. Automatically, the ranked team should be favored. You would expect them to be favored, and that's usually the public perception, right? A ranked team should be favored, should be the better team, and then even more when you are when you're at home. When you're at home, you definitely should be favored, and you should be favored by a good amount. So you have a Louisville team here that's barely favored at home. That should automatically be a little bit of a red flag there. So let's talk about this spot. Okay, this spot we're in for Clemson is interesting because you're coming off of the game against Florida State. You won and covered that game pretty easily. You won by 14. You were only favored by 1.5. So that was a really good win for them. Their hopes and dreams for Clemson. They're kind of now 2, 3, 4 weeks removed from those hopes and dreams, man. At this point, I think they've realized, they've come to terms. This wasn't theirs. A month ago, they realized it's not their year. So it was good to see a good matchup there. This team's starting to get healthier. They've had problems on the offensive line. They've had problems with their quarterback staying healthy as well. And it was good to see a good quality win there last week against FSU. On the other side, you had Louisville, who still had lots of hopes and dreams, man, but I think those hopes and dreams kind of came crashing last week when they lost to Cal. And they lost to Cal as an 18.5 point favorite. JKS was dominating that game. They had their wide receiver, DeJesus. They had no answers for that kid. Louisville just could not get anything going as a damn near 3 touchdown favorite. They lost that game outright in overtime. I think that's pretty crushing. For a team that still had hopes to make it in the ACC championship. I think those hopes are gone now at this point. Another key point here is Louisville. They played Clemson last year. And Louisville won as an 11.5 point favorite. They were they were dogs of 11.5 points, and they won that game outright. And the reason I mentioned that, so apart from having a huge upset win at Clemson last year. Dabo Swinney, the head coach for Clemson, he is 24-12 in rematch games. So when he loses to a team the very next season, he is 24-12 straight up in these kind of games. Let's talk about real quick the X's and O's. What do these teams want to do? Neither of them are good at establishing the run. They're both pass happy teams. And in a pass happy matchup, you look at Cade Klubnik, and he's not as bad as it looks, man. He's ranked 41 in passer rating. He's ranked 50th in EPA per dropback if you look at the advanced numbers. Miller Moss, on the other hand, we got to face it. He's not having a good season. He's not having a good season at all. He's ranked 88 in passer rating, 91 in EPA per dropback. So in the matchup between passing quarterbacks here, it's going to be Clay Kubnik that I trust a little bit more. These defenses are very similar in their skills and weaknesses. And guys, we got to look at Clemson and the heartbreaks that they've had this season. They've been at home. On the road, they've actually been very good. They go up from 42 in offense up to 13th on the road. Their defense also takes a step up on the road. Looks like they play a little bit better here. I think the right side to be on is Clemson tonight over Louisville. Let me see what you guys said on this one, man. Sorry if I went a little longer on that one. You guys are tied on this one, too. Those of you guys that are on Louisville, let me know what you like about that. Let me know what you like about it, because Miller Moss is damn near a bottom 40 quarterback in college football so far this year. The raw numbers are looking that way. The advanced numbers are looking that way. They're good at running the ball, but they just don't do it. They don't stick to it. When they do run the ball, they do have some success. But like I said, this Clemson team plays better on offense and defense when they're on the road. Their road splits are better than their home splits, which is a little surprising. You don't see that often. And again, the revenge factor is kind of, I don't use revenge a whole lot. I think that word is pretty overrated. But Dabo Swinney has showed us that he is 24-12 in these revenge games. My man said, I knew Clemson, $1,500. Okay, if that's your standard play, brother, go for it, man. Yes, Louisville's running back is out. Yes, he is. Yes, the main running back is out, and the second running back is also questionable or banged up too. So that adds on to it. There is some question marks with Cade to see how healthy he is. Looks like there was a little bit of discussion about that he could be banged up, but it looks like he's going to be good to go here. And again, it's that Clemson defense, man. This Clemson defense, especially in their conference games, they've been really good. And when you're looking at the Louisville offense, they've definitely been below averages here. Not an offense that you can really count on. He's a win or lose. I'm getting it back in Baccarat. What's up, King Vega? How you doing, brother? I know my man's excited about his Arizona Wildcat tonight. I heard the Louisville running back is out. Yes, thank you. I do have that in my notes. Yep, running back 1 is out, and they have a pair of running backs. Both of them are playmaking running backs there for Louisville. The running back one is out, and the running back 2 is questionable. He's banged up as well. So my man said not $1,500, $1,599. My man put $1,599 on it. Let's talk about the Wildcats. Nah, man, we're not talking. We're talking about college football right now. But let's talk about real quick the total. We're talking about the total real quick, and then maybe we can leave some time on the back end. There's the chat, the comment section. Guys on YouTube, I can see the comment section now. Let me know if you guys are seeing everything okay. Let's talk about the total real quick between Clemson and Louisville real quick. Give me red for the over. Give me blue for the under. How are you guys playing this one? Red for the over, blue for the under. Clemson versus Louisville. Is the right side to be on the over or the under? Red for the over, blue for the under. Hit the follow button, guys. If it's your first time here, hit the follow button. If you guys want to join the Discord, link is in bio. We're out here cooking it up every single day, man. Each and every day. Looks like you guys already made your decision. Let's take a look at this one real quick. Again, you have two teams that cannot run the ball. They do not establish the run. They are both bottom 20 in terms of run frequency. Both of these teams are pass happy, but at least they do go at a very slow pace. They do move at a slow pace here. Between when we're talking at seconds between plays, when we're talking about time of possession, both of these teams move slow. They hold on to the clock. They hold on to the ball. They run the clock. They eat up time of possession. That's what they want to do. In terms of third down conversion, these are two offenses that have struggled a little bit with third down conversion, but they're not terrible at it, and I think that's a good metric there for totals if you're looking at an under. And I think that's the way I would be going here. Remember, Clemson, their defense takes a step up on the road, and then you have Louisville, who with those running backs being out, I think their offense takes a step back as well. I don't really count on Miller Moss to make too much happen there. The quarterback for Louisville. I think the right side of the total to be on is the under as well here between Clemson and Louisville. Sit one, DK, Judy, or Shakir. I'm not a big prop guy. I'm not a big fantasy football guy, but probably Judy out of those is who I would trust. If we win, I'm buying you hibachi. That's funny you say that, brother, because me and the wifey are going out for hibachi tonight. She's got a family member in town. We're taking her to hibachi. That is hilarious, bro. Do you like Louisville or Clemson? We talked about the side. I think the right side to be on is Clemson. Now, I do got to keep in mind that line has moved a lot, right? So the time to get a really your best value for Clemson was when it opened up at 3.5. It's down to 1.5 now. I think that's still not too much movement, but if it moves any further, I think that's steam, and you guys know what I say: when you chase steam, you get burnt. So you don't want it to move too much either. I think that's really important. But at the moment, if this thing stays at 1.5, I think the right side is Clemson there to get a outright win in Louisville. Hit the follow button, guys, if it's your first time here. That's so funny. Yeah, my man said, I got you hibachi tonight. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man. UGA, Texas. That's a good one for tomorrow. Clemson or Oregon? More confident about being an under. Hibachi, Nick. Yeah, sounds like they want to take us out to hibachi. Let's go. Clemson or Oregon? Which under would I feel more comfortable with? That's a good question here, man. Let me take a look at this. Because of the two with the 4 teams tonight, 3 of them are just pass happy teams. They don't really run the ball. So I'm not super confident. I'm not going to be super in love with either of these games because they don't involve teams that run the ball a whole lot, right? But of the 4, Oregon does run the ball. The market hasn't moved that game, and that was super lopsided to the point where Oregon, it's not going to be a competitive game, and Oregon could run away with it. And at that point, Minnesota's going for it on 4th down on their side of the ball, so that one would probably make me a little bit nervous. I think I would take the more competitive game. So even though they don't run the ball, they do move at least at a slow pace, and they eat up time of possession. Of the 2, I think the under in Clemson and Louisville would be the better play, man. Miami Heat, do they cover? I'm not covering NBA tonight. I don't have NBA ready. I have college football for tonight. We just talked about the 2 games, side and total. Join the Discord link in bio if you guys want to join for NBA. We do have an NBA guy. Shout out my man Dom. He's the one that runs NBA in the Discord, and then me and him kind of just collaborate. But yeah, I think this is a winning formula here, man. I can focus on college football and NFL. That's what those are the sports I do best. Historically, it's the sports I've always done best. So I'm focused on football, and then I got one of my top guys in the Discord handling NBA, man. So I do know the Heat freaking disappointed us a couple nights ago. They were playing a G League team there against a freaking Cavs team that had nobody. What do you think about Dolphins and Commanders? That's a good question, man. That's a good question there. I don't have my numbers in front of me. That's a situation there where you have to. The only way to really look at that is to buy super low on Washington. Washington looks horrible, but they don't look as bad as they really should, right? Or sorry, they don't look as bad as it really looks. And that's because they went up against a pissed off Lions team last week, where Dan Campbell was just dead set on inflicting damage and punishment. I think you buy low on the Commanders. I think you definitely sell on the Dolphins after a huge outright win against their division foe. I think Washington, that would be Washington or pass, man. That game's up in Spain. It's a neutral game as well. You have Marcus Mariota going for Washington, and Marcus Mariota, honestly, is definitely serviceable. He's definitely serviceable as a backup. He could probably be a starter some places, too. He went into, bro, the games we're talking about with Marcus Mariota or this Washington team was against Seattle, against Kansas City, against the Lions, bro. That's the gauntlet of games they've played recently. So I think you got to give them a little bit of a. I think they're definitely stepping down in class against Miami, and they could get a win there. Washington. I just joined the Discord. Are we getting a free pick today? Yes, I am dropping a free pick in the Discord. I drop a free pick in the Discord every single day. Occasionally, I drop a free pick on TikTok as well. Every once in a while, I drop a play on TikTok. It's not every day. So if you want my everyday picks, it'll be in the Discord. Link in bio if you guys want to join up. It's Clemson tonight, right? Yes, I think the right side, this is going to be Clemson or pass. I don't see myself getting to Louisville. Again, guys, for me, that one kind of, you got to look at the number. This number is set at 2.5, 1.5, whatever. This is a small number with Louisville, ranked number 19 in the country. And you're only favored by 1.5, 2.5 points. I think that immediately should be a red flag there. That's already automatically going to make it Clemson or pass for me. So long term, if it doesn't work out tonight, whatever. If it doesn't work out tonight, whatever. But long term, guys, you cannot be playing on a ranked team that's only favored by 1.5, 2.5 on their home field. That's something that you can take with you across to college basketball as well. The price is really telling, guys. I've been telling you, I think week after week, we've had some sketchy lines. Last week was Texas Tech minus 14. You mean you could get ranked BYU? You could get a higher ranked undefeated team with BYU, and they were catching 14 points? I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. You're not going to get gifts like that from Vegas. And then what are you saying, brother? I don't even know what you're saying. Clemson, yes, I think Clemson is the right side to be on tonight. 76ers, I don't have NBA ready. Again, my focus right now is college football and NFL at the moment during this season. Later on, I will have, I think my next focus after this will be college basketball. I love college basketball way more than NBA. I think they just try harder. I think it's more predictable. And I have NBA covered in the Discord, so shout out my man Dom in the Discord, man. If you guys want to join the squad, his NBA picks are very good. Boo. Sorry, man. Again, I think this is the best format we could do. All right, guys. Last call on college football. If you guys want to talk college football, last call. We talked about 2 ranked games tonight between Clemson and Louisville, Minnesota and Oregon. Are we sure it's Clemson? This feels like cards play. You're coming off of a heartbreaking loss against Cal. If you're looking at Louisville, you're coming off of a heartbreaking loss. You were favored by 18.5. You lost that one outright. Okay. I think it's hard to, on a short week, get up after having pretty much your season pretty much ended at that point, right? I mean, you're still going to play in a bowl game if you're Louisville, but your hopes of a college football playoff were already slim, and then now your hopes for an ACC championship game have pretty much not mathematically out, but you definitely damage your hopes a whole lot. I don't think you can get up for that on 6 days' notice. I don't think you can get up for that right away. I think Clemson dealt with their heartbreaks, but they dealt with it earlier. I think the right side, to be honest, is Clemson. Again, though, we talked about the total as well. I like the under in that game. I like the under in Minnesota, Oregon. Again, I'm just giving you guys what I would play if I'm playing these games. I don't have anything locked in yet, but that's the way I would play these, man. It reminds me of Vanderbilt versus Missouri. Brother, if that's a comparison you want to make, I will argue on a hill that Missouri was the right side. Bro, Missouri lost their quarterback. They lost their starting tight end, and they lost their starting quarterback. My man was leaving on a wheelchair in the third quarter, the second half. And still Missouri had a good chance to win that game. They had a great chance to win that game. Vanderbilt really struggled with that Missouri team. That's what I'm saying. Yep. Clemson or Louisville. I think the right side to be on is Clemson. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I do appreciate it. If you have any last-minute questions, drop it on my last video. I will respond before game time. Hope you guys have a great day. Play responsibly. It's Friday, man. Let's. If you guys are in the Discord, I'm looking to throw a Friday night banger. Okay, we're throwing a Friday night banger. Let's have ourselves a nice day. And I've been working on this weekend slate this whole week. This Saturday and Sunday slate is looking nice, guys. If you guys want to join the Discord, link is in the bio. Thank you for the gifts. Appreciate it, Myra. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.